Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just want to start out by saying thank you so much for all the comments on my last video where I shared what I've been going through and just the genuine comments and people expressing their love for their loved ones and the experience that they've had through their losses. It honestly helped me so much, and it's scary to put something out there other than makeup related content where I'm being vulnerable and I'm sharing something that is deeply hurting me, because it does open myself up for criticism or, well, why are you making a video, or just people saying nasty things, because it is the internet. And it wasn't that I was not expecting you guys to be as supportive as you've always been, but it just kind of took it to another level and blew me away. So I really can't put into words or express how much I appreciate this community and you guys and the support from that video. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. But I know you guys are here for the makeup, so I want to go ahead and get right into it. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the best drugstore makeup that has been released so far in 2022. If you're new to my channel, I did this back in 2021 and you guys seem to really enjoy it. I basically do a roundup every 3 months of the best makeup that has been released during that quarter, because I know I share a ton of makeup and there's a ton of new releases, and this is kind of a way to narrow that list down of products that I like, to the products I absolutely love and 10 out of 10 recommend. If you want to see more product reviews, I have a What's New at the Drugstore 2022 playlist, and you can see all of the makeup that I've reviewed so far in 2022. So if you're overwhelmed by all the releases, you don't know what's actually worth it, what's not, this is the video for you. So most of these I've talked about, you guys already know that I love. There's a couple in here that I've been testing out for What's New at the Drugstore that made it into this video that I have not yet talked about. So some products you won't be surprised by, but others are little surprises. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, I zoomed you guys out a little bit because we're not doing a makeup application in this video and I wanted some space to show you the products. The first is my #1 primer right now. It's my go-to. There have been several great primers released, but this is the one that blew me away. It's the NYX Plump Right Back Serum Primer. I feel like it's the perfect mix between like the really popular Milk Makeup or e.l.f. primers that are very, very tacky, and those gripping primers, and the primers that are really hydrating and leave your skin with that nice smooth base. I feel like I want both. I want something that's gonna smooth me out and something that's gonna grab onto my foundation and make it last. And this does both of those things somehow, some way, and it really does make my makeup last. It's not gonna be as smooth as like a pore filling primer, but it helps, and it helps with makeup longevity. So if you're a primer person, you need this in your life. And I'm kind of going in order of the way that I do my makeup, so starting with primer. Next up is foundation. This was a discovery for me in 2022, and all the reviews I've seen about this are very hit or miss. People love it or they hate it. I fall in the camp of loving it. And it's the L'Oreal Age Perfect Balm Foundation. What's this called? Tinted Balm Foundation. I have mine in the shade medium. This is infused with a firming serum. So I absolutely love this foundation. It's a balm, so you immediately think thick, cakey, heavy, but it's not at all. You can make this as thick or as sheer as you want it to be. It's buildable. You can build this to a solid medium coverage, but you can also really sheer it out and have it be like a BB cream type of coverage, or even like a tinted moisturizer. Just want to make sure you only get a little bit on your brush if you want that really sheared out look. I was not expecting to like this, because typically I don't like balmy foundations. I don't like stick foundations because they can really easily get thick and cakey and heavy. That is not the case with this one. This feels lighter than a lot of my liquid foundations. Again, if you use just a little bit. It's also buildable throughout the day. It leaves your skin looking really hydrated and glowy. You're gonna get shiny if you have combination skin, but it does stay intact on me. All right, next up is a product I have not yet talked about on my channel, but I've been testing it and I am in love with this powder, you guys. This is the Wet n Wild Bare Focus, what's it called? Clarifying Finishing Powder. It has vegan collagen, tea tree, and vitamin E. I have mine in the shade Fair Light, which is a really light shade. I've been using this sort of like I use my #7 finishing powder for under the eyes, Charlotte Tilbury, the Flower Beauty. This is like a brightening under eye powder. That's how I've been using it. It's so good, you guys. This is what I wanted that ColourPop pressed powder to do for me, and that one was really drying, too matte for my skin. This is incredible, and it's, yeah, the packaging isn't great, but it's at a Wet n Wild price point. So if you've been wanting to try that #7 pressed powder, that Charlotte Tilbury dupe, but it's still kind of out of your price point, because I think that's over $10, try this one. This is under $5, and it has a very similar effect, that really smoothing, brightening look. And the way that I have been applying this is with a damp beauty sponge. So after I do my foundation and my concealer, I'll take a damp beauty sponge and dip it in here, and then starting from the outside of my eye, I'll kind of press it in. I don't get too much, just a little bit, and I kind of like press it into my skin, and it's so natural. It blurs the whole area and it stays all day long. Not the best packaging, but an incredible product at an incredible price point. All right, next up is a product that I have loved more and more the more I've used it. This product has grown on me so much, and I even loved it to begin with. And I know there are mixed feelings on this one too, but I'm obsessed with this. It's the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. I don't know how they made a powder foundation as luminous and skin-like as this, but this is not what you think of when you think of a powder foundation. My super simple get out the door makeup look has been a little bit of concealer wherever I want to brighten, a liquid contour slash bronzer, and then I set everything with this foundation. You've got the brightness and the darkness from the liquid products. This sets everything, airbrushes the rest of your face, gives coverage to the rest of your face, and I am in love. I do get shiny with this. This is not like a super oily skin friendly product unless you're okay with some shine. But like I've said before, I would much rather get a little bit shiny than look like I'm super caked on or have powder settling into my fine lines. All right, next up is, I want to say if I had to pick one product out of all of these products to say is my #1 favorite release of 2022, it would be this one. I love it that much. It's the NYX Thick It Stick It Thickening Brow Mascara. This is your one-step brow product. I'm not gonna go on about this because I've raved about this product I don't know how many times. And I know it's all over social media, but this is one of those products where it lives up to the hype. It's as good as everyone says it is. It holds your brows in place like no other brow gel I've tried. It adds volume because it's got those thickening fibers, and it adds color. I have the shade Cool Ash Brown, and I either use this or my Got To Be hair gel on a daily basis. It's always one or the other, and I'm not reaching for any other brow products right now. All right, we've only got 4 more products. Can you believe I narrowed it down that much? I feel like I did a really good job this time at really narrowing it down. There's been so many releases. All right, next up is the cream contour that I have been using. This is a product that's not meant to be used as a cream contour, but that's how I've been using it, and it's my favorite. It's the Revlon ColorStay Skin Awaken Concealer. This reminds me so much of the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand that's been sold out forever. The packaging is even pretty much the same. This is such a natural concealer. So when you use it as a contour, it's incredible for a couple of reasons. It blends out in a really natural way, so there's no harsh lines, but it is also a concealer. So on days where I don't want to wear a full face of foundation and I just want to wear some concealer where I need it, and then I use this as my cream bronzer, I do have some like acne scarring right here. So the fact that the bronzer is also a concealer, it works to add the color to my face, but it also is concealing anything I don't want seen in this area of my cheeks, if that makes sense. So it's adding coverage as well as adding warmth to my face. So that's why I like using concealers or foundations as contours or bronzers, because they are adding coverage at the end of the day. It also has caffeine and vitamin C. Love some skincare in my products. And the shade, what shade is this? Nutmeg. This is the shade I have been reaching for. I highly recommend it if you're into cream contour. And speaking of liquid slash cream products and Charlotte Tilbury dupes, this new highlighter, you guys, it is so good. It's so good. I was gonna put it on for this video because you've never seen it before on my channel, so I don't have any highlighter on right now so I could show you. And it's the Flower Beauty Spotlight Liquid Highlighter. Talk about another Charlotte Tilbury lookalike. I don't think this is an accident. This one is like identical to the Charlotte Tilbury one. I have the shade Opal. It comes in 3 shades, but this looked like the best match for me. So you just squeeze and the product comes out. And let me just show you guys how gorgeous this is. So I just tap it on, and I'm just gonna use my finger to blend this out. I put quite a bit because I wanted to show you how easy the product came out. But do you guys see that highlight, that glow? And it's not ruining my makeup underneath. It's just adding this incredible highlight, and this will not budge throughout the day, let me tell you. Flower Beauty is a brand that I feel like does highlighters better than most brands. I love their Day Glow. I love their Shimmer and Strobe highlighting palette, and then now this. It's so incredible. And the thing about this product that I think makes it really unique is that it dries down to an almost matte finish. Like, it's not gonna stay this really luminous wet look. So if you love the Day Glow, the Flower Beauty Day Glow, but maybe it's too balmy for you, maybe it doesn't set down enough for you if you have more oily skin, this will set down. Once it sets, it sets. You're gonna wanna blend it out as soon as you apply it because it does set down and it's not going anywhere. And do you guys see that glow? All right, and then my last two products are both lip products, and I have been obsessed with these. I really liked them when I tried them, but it's escalated since then. The first is the lipstick I'm wearing right now. I have a gloss on top, but it's the lipstick I have on right now, and it's this Milani lipstick. This is part of their spring launch, and this shade is everything. I talked about this. This is the shade I tried on in my What's New at the Drugstore video, but the shade Peony is the most perfect pinky nude that's like more pink. So it's perfect for spring. It's not too loud. It's not too much of like a pinky pink. It's got enough nude to it to where you can wear this on an everyday basis. I have been, but it has enough pink to where it feels springy, it feels summery. And this is their famous matte formula. So you know the formula is gonna do an amazing job, but this color is the reason I love it so much. It's just the perfect pink. And from the same brand, the other product I've been loving, which I've now been hearing is a dupe for the Dior lip oils, which I can believe because this feels so luxury, is these Fruit Fetish lip oils by Milani. The only thing with these is they do have a very strong scent. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's a personal preference. For me, it doesn't bother me at all, but if that bothers you, these definitely have a strong fragrance. They have a nice thick doe foot applicator. On their own, they just make your lips look so juicy and glowy, and they last a really long time. This is a no makeup part of my routine right now. I always have this on. It adds some color and some definition to your lips, and it's super hydrating and nourishing. So I reapply this all day long. It's like reapplying a chapstick, but it's got pigment and it smells amazing. It smells like summer. So let me put a little bit on. You can see it just adds that extra shine and some pigment. So on its own, it still has pigment. Let me see if I can show you right next to this other one. But it does have a good amount of color to it. You can see that. If you keep layering it on, it almost looks like a lipstick. It can be so pigmented. But if you just do a thin layer, it shears out quite a bit. So it depends, again, on your preference there. But I am obsessed with this formula. It feels so good, it looks so good, and it smells like summer. So what's not to love? All right, and that is everything. I feel like those are the can't miss drugstore products so far of 2022. So stay tuned, and I will do these every 3 months, every quarter of the year, and then a full roundup at the end of the year. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and I will see you guys in my next one.